So this is where it's coming from. She wanted the Ministry of Finance.
Oh, that's why she bit against favor also.
Said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
But she is building her team. You think she's stupid? Remember, him sidestep her and never give her finance ministry. So this is where it's coming from. She wanted the Ministry of Finance.
Oh, that's why she bit against favor also.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah?
But Ed boy. So you know, hear the argument Stinker wrote, say the wife and him now see eye to eye on the politics. You know, here said you know about that body.
Yeah, but it has always that we wouldn't be the first
it gets really stink now. It really stink now. You know, yeah, go on like you don't know about she and make fair part. Right, boy, stop, don't play the
No, but she is building her team. You think she's stupid?
What? What the fuck? Damn!
So it is not just Christopher Tough Time alone I will go up against Andrew Holness, but Juliet Holness also I could go up against Andrew Holness and challenge him for the leader of the party.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
People, all hell broke loose in the Jamaican Labour Party. Now, Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness going at it, people. Everybody should know why now. And right now, Juliet Holness are form her own team because Juliet Holness are planning to take down Andrew Holness once and for all. The other night, I played a video for you guys explaining the whole FinSap business, and a lot of people said they don't understand it because maybe the video go too fast, maybe the person speak too fast or something. But what I am about to do is show you. Say, Edward Siaga is the one that put Jamaica in a bankruptcy when he borrowed 30 million US dollar. 30 million US dollar. Edward Siaga borrow and say him no member.
What? What the fuck? Damn! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
You know what I'm saying? Edward Siaga borrowed $30 million US. And then say him no member about that. And that is one of the main reasons why Jamaica did end up in a crisis. And the PNP have to save Jamaica. So even though you hear them talk about this FinSap, PNP have to always be the party to save Jamaica. Just like right now, Jamaica in a crisis. And you're not going to hear it from a JLP member on yourself, people. But we could check out the FinSap.
You heard in the beginning of the video where Mark Golding was complaining to the PNP people in the diaspora, and by extension, the Jamaican community, that the JLP's communication is powerful. Yes, he said it's powerful. I don't know about you guys, but I have never in my life seen two political opponents going up against each other, and one is saying that the other's communication is powerful. I've never seen it. And in a way that he's intimidated by it and he can't cross it. In light of that, I just want the PNP people them to come answer that question here for me this morning. Why did Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, Dayton Campbell and Rise United decided that Lisa Anna should leave from out of the party? Why? How does that make sense? I remember Una sent out a little bit of blood and she said, let us give the appearance that we're forming unity with Lisa. Whether or not the unity is real doesn't matter. Let's fake it until we make it. Those were her words. That's a quote. And you guys had such contempt for Lisa Hanna. I couldn't figure it out. I just could not get it. I watched you guys tear this woman apart, tear her to shreds. The psychological, emotional abuse that this woman endured. Lisa will never come public and say it. But we know it. When I say we, I'm talking about we, the conscious and the observant people of society. We watch everything and see it. And you guys did that for what? Lisa Hanna is the expert in communication. She got her bachelor's, she got her master's right there at UA in communication. And despite what she brought to the table and how much of an asset she is, you guys chose hate. You guys chose misogyny. You guys chose bring down over what is good and what is beneficial to the PNP. So what are you guys about? I've long said it. You guys in the Rise United movement, you have formed a cult. You're running a cult movement. And there's no place in the PNP for people like Miss Hannah, for people who have the interests of the Jamaican people. Lisa has been in the PNP forever and ever, amen. And some little hurry come up people who mean the people no good. Them come and them bring down the woman in the worst way. And whether you're a Labour right or you're a PNP, you gotta love Lisa. Come on. Lisa has done the country proud. She's maintained the class and the dignity and the decency that she was taught, not just by her parents, but by Jamaica, who helped groomed her. Yeah? And these people, them come and try to bring down the woman in the worst way. And look at them now, complaining. Why we can't match up with them communication, it's too powerful. I don't know about you guys, but if I me like Lisa, wanna know one of them big laugh that our granny used to pop, hey, I saw me that I go on here now. Yeah man, cause on a shame. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall tell Mark Golding. We can't believe we live to see Mark Golding coming out, conceding that we're not on a communication powerful like a government. And they run with expert in communication. Guys, wanna make that make sense for me? In my opinion, from Mark Golding come on the scene, nobody not take PNP serious again, to say the very least. But I'm going to share something with you that Mutabaruka said a few months ago about Mark Golding. It will sound harsh, but you know who Mutabaruka is. Mutabaruka will just talk it as it is, and most Jamaicans would agree that he has earned the right. He has earned the right to say whatever the hell he wants. And what Mutabaruka said is how probably 90% of Jamaicans feel about Golding's performance since he thrusted himself, or since they thrusted him into the leadership of a major political party where people are looking on at all of this. Have a listen.
And him now make no hidden way. Him a nigga come like some miserable nigga woman, you know. And them no nigga for make you do something different. Them nigga for you just say, shut your mouth and move from here. Me nah stop doing me I do. Yeah, because him a nigga, him just a nigga and him nah make no hidden way. Nobody nah take him serious. Me talk about Golding. Nobody nah take him serious because me I say, when him talk, it just sound like, you know, me don't know how it sound. So like a man just sit down in a park and talk to himself about the day's runnings. Him not talk to the people, them. It not connect. Mr. Golding, trust me, you're not connecting. Them just make certain wild statement and thing and hope say it connect with the people, them. But it take more than that for connect with the people, them. You need charisma. Mr. Golding, you need some charisma. When you talk, most PNP leaders have a certain charisma. We grab the people, and I find say him do have that drive, that push to connect with the ordinary people. Them. I don't know why that is, but him need some of that to connect. But I shall not repeat what she had told me. I shall not repeat what she just told me. But it's true too. It's true too. You know, it's like, how the hell things cannot go on so bad. And your party now move ahead in the consciousness of the people, them to say, as an alternative. Look how much mistake and blind stake and all the things them where are going wrong. Most things are going wrong. When the leader of the opposition attack, yeah, I said, sure, let me just go sit down. You need to go to a school, but study how to talk to a gathering of people or the public. Because you just not connect. Trust me, me not say me not like you. It has nothing to do with not like you. It just have something to do with your connection and how you speak. All when them try to talk in the Jamaican thing, it's still at that time it don't connect. You go to try to talk like Jamaican. At that time it don't connect. It sound like a foreigner will come down and I try to integrate like some of them white people when they're on the beach. When you say, yo, what happened? They must say, what's happening, man? And they don't know what to say. I saw him so.
Yeah. Tariff here, tariff there, tariff almost everywhere. The whole world him tariff, you know. You think him easy? The whole world him tariff. Yes. Everybody have to pay a certain portion of money for bringing goods into the country. The problem is that the people them who receive the goods them in the country are pay for it. So it's a two-way problem. Two-way problem. But you might go on American nationalism. A long time we have preached that about African people and they won't listen to it. See a man come and take film nationalism serious and have the song about it. Can't fight him for that. Can't fight him for other things but not for that. He might talk about American nationalism, white nationalism. When we talk about African nationalism and Marcus Garvey, people who are fling up them nose and I go like say that joke thing. Anyway, we're there till 2 o'clock. When I take the break and come forward. Break time. Yes, we're there with you. You know, cutting edge. We have a program I line up for you. So you better I can't tell you put the tape on cock again, you know. Cause the tape that work out again, you understand? But some serious message. Yeah, some serious message was necessary and important in this time. I give him which part of the power head there. We have power head never there, I shouldn't there. You hear about the little youth, how much you hold him is, where the little girl, I mean like 6-year-old Rasta. The youth are 6-year-old. Rape the little girl. And so you know, the thing get away, you know. When a 6-year-old can see it now himself rape somebody. Something is, when I say something is wrong again, you know. Whole heap of things wrong with the society. Whole heap of things wrong. Some of them get infected. We need some spray. We all youth them are going. We need some spray rasta. Kind of come like them and listen. And them and understand where I go on. Them I go about the place like everything okay. I mean, when I tell you if you go around the place and I look for problem and just skin up your face and I say too much problem. But you have to recognize that problem there. And how you going to maneuver yourself is just simple that. Break time, come forward. Next break. Yeah. By the way, we hear them advertising up arena. I don't hear them mention say, Stepping Razor will be broadcast there tomorrow. Live from 10 to 2. We'll be in the arena with the Stepping Razor. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we have been featuring Ben Cannon since the beginning of Cutting Edge in the 90s. And as a matter of fact, IRFM brought him here twice. Brought him here. And he have a wealth of knowledge and some books. If you want, you can go out and look for his books. His books is very revealing. Very revealing. Now want to play this bridging here who we also brought here. Ray Higgins. Who remember Ray Higgins when we have him in the studio? And we did keep the Marcus Garvey thing out of where a place name where the museum there out of Rockabessa there, so don't remember the name of the place. Shane there? I wonder if Shane there.
Yeah, talk out a Rainwaver, Muta.
Rainwaver, yeah, Rainwaver Beach. Yeah, we brought him Rainwaver Beach, and we had him in the we had him on the program the whole night. I mean, I tell you, it was something else. The next day, it was something else because where must say, well, if I want never hear them something there yet, nowhere at all. And we bring him on the radio. We want to play this clip by Ray Higgins. Listen.
Everybody read what you see on the screen for me. Space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there's more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Did y'all grab that? Yeah. I start all of my lectures off with this. And the reason why I do that, brothers and sisters, is simply because I am a teacher. Did y'all hear what I said? Yes. Now, what does that mean? That means that when I stand up to talk, I am going to say something that you don't already know. Because if I only say what you already know, then I'm not teaching you anything. Got me? Gotcha. Now the problem is, we have all been programmed to immediately reject what we hear that is not inside our circle of awareness. You follow what I'm saying? So, that's the reason for this. Because I know I'm going to say some stuff, and when I get ready to say something that I know is outside of your circumference of awareness, I'm going to say, hold that circle up. Hold that circle up. All right, so that so it kind of prepares you for what I'm about to say that you don't like. Like, there is no Jesus. You see what I'm saying? See? Okay? And I know it's a little hard to digest, but as we get through this today, I hope you'll understand a little bit better. Moving on, why do I stand up and do what I do? Why? The whole reason why I get out the bed every day, the whole reason why I go on the air and talk to people all over the world every day, it's my life, is so that I can begin the process of undoing or reversing ideas and concepts that have been what? Programmed, that's an important word. Programmed into the minds of our people by what? The religious statements and what else? Certain doctrines that have caused us to adopt a belief system that is what? Resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, factual, historical, and spiritual. Do y'all grab this? I want you to understand why Brother Ray is here. Okay, I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to do exactly that. I want to say something today that will really begin the process of undoing the programming. The programming that got us messed up. The programming that literally has disconnected us from reality. Okay? I got an email, I sent out an email blast just a couple of days ago. I was up to about 3 o'clock in the morning writing this thing. A young lady asked me to prove to her, she's been listening to Black Liberation Radio lately, she asked me to prove to her that Jesus never existed. Or that Moses never existed. See? And I sent this long email back trying to explain to her it is impossible to prove the non-existence of a thing. Think with me for a moment. If something never existed, how can I prove that it doesn't exist? So I told her, I said, let me reverse the challenge. Prove to me that they did exist. And I will pay all of your living expenses for the rest of your life. You see? That's what we should be. And I asked her, I said, you're asking me to prove to you that there was no Adam, there was no Eve, there was no Noah, you asked me to prove this to you. Did you ask your original teachers who taught you this to prove to you then that they existed? No. The answer is no. I didn't do it. I was raised with a belief system. I was raised in a belief system. And I accepted it, I digested it without ever verifying the existence of anybody I had been taught about. Can I get a witness? If you would be honest with me, you'd have to say, well, he is telling the truth now. Telling the truth, because that is right. We didn't stop to ask for proof. And we grew up believing it until somewhere in our psycho paradigm, it has become our reality. It has become our reality. That doesn't mean it's real, though. It simply means it's our reality. Am I making sense so far? Yes. Cool. So what's deep is when you honestly believe that a person raised somebody from the dead, or when you honestly believe that somebody took 2 fish, 5 loaves of bread, and fed over 5,000 people. Got me? When you honestly believe that somebody broke God's laws of nature and walked on water. Now trust me, I am a psychotherapist by profession. Okay? And what we call the manual we use for determining psycho illnesses. Diagnostic manual, thank you, brother. Okay, in there's a code that means if you believe something that is not in the context of fact and reality, you have a mental disorder. For example, if you believe that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you wouldn't even say it. If you believe that, as an adult, something's wrong. You follow me? Because that's not with fact, real, and reality. It's not historical. Okay? Religion has done that to us. It has us believing stuff that's got us messed up as a people. Now y'all see why I have security. Now I know that's funny. Captain will bear witness to what I'm saying. Brother's been with me for a long time. Preachers are the ones who have threatened me. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Pastors are the ones who have said, we're going to stop you by any means necessary. And the only thing I've asked them to do is invalidate what I've said. I ain't selling drugs, man. I'm not a drug dealer.
But they are.
You're a drug dealer. Exactly. They're selling a drug called religion. See? I'm not messing with nobody's child like some of them are. You see? I'm just trying to tell the truth. So why do you, National Baptist Convention, want to shut me down? I was on the air one Sunday morning, and Captain radioed up to the radio station before I come down and said, Captain, Chief, why don't you stay up there for a while? But there's somebody down here. We got to deal with this person. I said, well, who is it? He says, there's a man down here waiting to see you. I said, well, is he armed? I said, no. I said, well, I'm coming down then. You know, hey, I'm a man, he's a man. You know, I ain't no punk. We gonna And it's deep because as soon as I stepped out of the radio station, Captain Bear Witness, this brother charged at me and secretly had to subdue him. He was one of the ministers in St. Louis because he was under a mandate to stop me. You see? So it's really deep that I have to go through this from religious leaders. You know?
Serious thing, Solid Keita, very great African artist. We want to play this one. Here we go.
White culture, if you could even call it culture, is based in racism. It was a narrative created by colonizers, like my Portuguese ancestors, in order to justify what they were doing to other people on the continent of Africa and even here in North America. And the narrative was that we white people were better than all other races. And they did so through Christianity. They took the Bible and different scripture verses, twisted it around in order to fit the narrative of colonialism and white supremacy, and also the patriarchy. And the patriarchy is white man in power. White supremacy is white man in power. Colonialism is white man in power. And Christianity, for the most part nowadays, is white man in power. There are historical references and proof where the Catholic Church actually said to enslave an African was to save their soul. The kidnapped and enslaved Africans that were here in North America were preached different scripture verses than were actually in the Bible. And that's why they weren't allowed to read. Because if they could read, then they could see that these scripture verses were incorrect and they couldn't be controlled anymore by this white God. And white people, we didn't identify as white until colonialism. We identified as Portuguese or Latvian or German or Italian or French. But then colonialism came around, and then all of a sudden we became white and we were superior because we were the chosen race by God, and the scripture verses proved it. And we had to go into other people's lands and preach the gospel when really it was all a ruse. It was all an excuse to go in and rape and pillage the land and the people and the cultures. So when I say that white culture is based in racism, it's based in racism. Christianity was the Trojan horse of white supremacy and colonialism. And Western Christianity, as we know today, is still based within superiority. All Christians think that they're better than everybody else. I grew up in it. I'm very familiar with the culture. And it's part of the problem. There's a reason why most of Trump's supporters are Christians. It's because they don't even realize that the conditioning of colonialism and Christianity and the patriarchy is so deeply embedded within them and their identity that they don't even see the truth. Christianity is based in superiority, in white superiority, in white culture, which is all based in racism.
Yes, may I tell you. Serious thing, I want you to listen to this. I can see if it can play. I can see if I can play it. I try to play it. I can see if I can play it, that the people can hear it. Very important that we bring these things to you. Alright, I've got to do some mechanics. You have to make it play. Yes, that was the voice of the late great Muta out of South Africa. Muta, big artist. Come to Jamaica already. Perform in a Sunsplash. Yes. Was married to Miriam Makeba one time too. Yes, big artist, big artist. Trumpet, blow the trumpet. Okay, so we depend this, what we call now revival, of some of the things them that we used to play from them time there. And we call them educational because a whole heap of the information that is on these tapes is not available just normally. So, you know, we're going to school in Jamaica and hear anything like this. You know, I hear it. So, you know, it's madness. And that I'm going to say is madness. Where you hear is madness. But all them decide says madness. Decide says madness because they never hear nothing like that yet. And it not conform to how them see things. It's one thing to hear something and decide say, but no evidence not there, you can't prove it to me. You have to go really show me how you come to that conclusion. But some of these people, from they hear it one time and say foolishness. One time they want to hear it and say foolishness. And what them call foolishness is because it don't conform to what them say as what it's supposed to mean, what it's supposed to be. That is the problem with we as African people. We're so caught up in a film thing. White people business. We're so caught up in it that anytime we hear things that relate to we, or anytime we hear things where we need to go really figure it out, we don't want to figure out nothing. We just take what them tell you and that is it. That's all we have to do, just regurgitate. Regurgitate what them tell me. And that is it. Them know why you know why you're nothing outside of where you will start or where you brought up in her. And that is a big problem. Very, very, very big problem.
Christianity weaponized through white supremacy. At this point, I'm going to talk about colonial Christianity from the perspective of it being engineered to deceive and undermine people of color, and in particular Africans. Within this context, we will see how something that was developed by people of color, which was appropriated by Europeans and then used against them as a strategic weapon. You've heard of atomic warfare, nuclear warfare, and chemical warfare. Well, this is spiritual warfare in which a religion is deliberately weaponized and aimed at a continent and its people for destruction. It is well known that Christianity has its origins in Judaism, which was crafted in Africa by Africans and peoples of color. It is not an oppressive religion by nature, even though today one can pick out any number of oppressive tenets from the Old Testament to the New, and there are many dark periods in its history, such as the Inquisition, which was as savage as any other religious legacy in history. You'll find that social laws will change, and you can observe some of these changes throughout the Bible as well as in the history of Christianity. Yet, the idea that Jesus died for the sins of mankind and that all who believe in him shall be saved is the unchangeable message of Christianity, and many believed and were baptized, but how many black souls were actually saved? The conversion of the so-called pagan African to Christianity, however, did not absolve their blackness, and as such the Christianity that Europeans prescribed for Africans denied them freedom and subsequently denied blacks salvation. The colonialists ensured that the black man was not going to escape the clutches of slavery, even if he was to abandon his indigenous so-called pagan traditions and embrace the white man's Christianity. If all men were equal in the sight of God, the melanin of the African's skin denied them equal footing with their white Christian brothers and sisters, and no amount of Jesus' blood could cleanse Africans from the plague of blackness. All loopholes and possibilities for freedom were closed off, and even though a Christian, Africans would not achieve justice through Christianity, as it was designed to bind blacks to illusions about the white man as well as themselves. The Bible wouldn't be as effective a tool of conversion without the many icons illustrating the white man as the perfect expression of God's image. This is how Christianity was weaponized to arm Europeans and to blind and bind Africans even more securely into slavery. The slave masters discovered that slaves whom converted to Christianity became docile and were more manageable and apt to conform to his rules, as opposed to those Africans that held fast to their indigenous spirituality and traditions. Christianity was then considered a good antidote for blacks, and as such, used as a vaccine to inoculate and quarantine Africans from their own spirituality. Isn't salvation the golden promise of Christianity, offering shelter from the ills of the world and of this life? So it appears on the surface, and thus it's preached, but no, Christianity was not used to liberate the souls of Africans, but was enforced upon them as a mind trap that gave the colonialists the advantage over them mentally and physically.
We want to take a break and come forward to this. So we could take the break, come forward, all right? Yeah, we'll go back to this talk, while I listen to it. Yeah, listen to it carefully. That's why we play it.
The advantage over them mentally and physically. Today, millions of African people still live in this mind trap, and many will not break free. And even when they miraculously manage to escape it, the conditioning runs so deep that it usually takes the rest of their lives in an active process of recovery. Injustice denied, the black man in white America, Leroy Jones, in his Afro-Christian music and religion states, the Christian slave became more of an American slave, or at least a more westernized slave, than the one who tried to keep his older African traditions. The slave masters also learned early that the Africans who had begun to accept the Christian ethic or even some crude part of its dogma were less likely to run away or start rebellions or uprisings. Weaponized Christianity is one of the deadliest devices ever created to destroy a people. Once armed, it will offer no forgiveness or mercy. It is programmed to defend white supremacy and prone to target and crucify all else outside of that particular scope. It will execute judgment with extreme prejudice against indigenous cultures and people of color, while distorting the history and realities of millions. There is no doubt that based on the noble ideals of most religions, that they could be used to serve the greater good of humankind, yet with knowledge of subsequent events over thousands of years, this is still unattained by the world's biggest and most dominant religions. It is therefore with great skepticism that most religious beliefs will be viewed by today's generation of truth seekers. In his hit song, No White God reggae superstar Sizzla Kalonji asks, "Can a white God save me from the white man oppression?" This is a profound question as it is pertinent to the African state of affairs within the context of Christianity. Martin Luther King Jr. was also critical and had become disenchanted with the church and its ability to support right action and condemn the profane. While being held in a Birmingham jail, he wrote in a letter, "Perhaps I have once again been too optimistic. Is organized religion too inextricably bound to the status quo to save our nation and the world? Perhaps I must turn my faith to the inner spiritual church, the church within the church, as the true ecclesia and the hope of the world." The church that Martin was referring to is the church in which he'd become a true believer, being the son and grandson of ministers and preachers. However, he could no longer feel confident in a church that would remain silent at oppression and turn a blind eye to blatant injustice. He understood that the church should be a pillar in the Negro community, a nucleus of spiritual nourishment and material support, but Dr. King was looking at the bigger picture and was able to see through stained glass the failure of the church from a nationalistic perspective and felt the death of moral decency and the absence of concern for the oppressed. He was looking at Christian America and was very disturbed by their inaction toward supporting justice. You can feel his emotions when he said, "I must honestly reiterate that I have been disappointed with the church." I do not say this as one of those negative critics who can always find something wrong with the church. I say this as a minister of the gospel who loves the church, who was nurtured in its bosom, who has been sustained by its spiritual blessings, and who will remain true to it as long as the cord of life shall lengthen. When I was suddenly catapulted into the leadership of the bus protest in Montgomery, Alabama, a few years ago, I felt we would be supported by the white church. I felt that the white ministers, priests, and rabbis of the South would be our strongest allies. Instead, some have been outright opponents, refusing to understand the freedom movement and misrepresenting its leaders. All too many others have been more cautious than courageous and have remained silent behind the anesthetizing security of stained glass windows. After hearing Dr. King's expectations and concerns with the church, it reminded me of the Ethiopian-Italian conflict of 1935-36, where the fascist Italian dictator Mussolini invaded the Eritrea-Ethiopian border as an excuse to totally invade Ethiopia. As a League of Nations member, Italy broke the agreement signed by all member states to not engage in any wars of conquest, but especially with another League member as was Ethiopia. It is this particular part of history that is most interesting to me when juxtaposed with the Martin Luther King Jr.'s dissatisfaction with the church. The utter abandonment of the lone African League of Nations member was a classic case in history illustrated on an international level the blatant injustice and crimes meted out to Ethiopia. Haile Selassie's impassioned plea for the League to address the situation, the blatant atrocities of one member state to another, were to go unheard. The racist League of Nations refused to protect Ethiopia's interests. The very reason they were developed was to intervene and execute judgment and justice on behalf of moral order and righteousness, which it failed at miserably and was disbanded thereafter. In the wake of the League's failure to defend the principles that it was designed to uphold, the now exiled Emperor Haile Selassie would then appeal to the World Council of Churches and the American Church in particular, but he was to be denied by the Church as well.
Big lessons. Big lessons in the night, yeah. We're going to take a break. It's 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. No? Okay. We're the 12 o'clock Monday. Yes, Hail.
Hail, Mutabaruka.
Blessed man.
Blessed love, long, strong life, Vincent.
Long time I don't hear from you, man.
Yeah, but we still about a listener. Appreciate and take your fullness still.
I think Trump did promote you.
Right. One thing we have to say, we see with the school camp going there. And say, all of them youth there will enter. Supposed to get something, you know.
Like
whether first, second, third, or if I go to bag, man.
Which youth them you talk about?
The school youth them enter the champs.
All of them forget something?
Yeah, man.
Why all of them must get something?
Because hard work, you don't go to
so the school will get something will come first in our race.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get the man will come 10th in the same race. You will give him something too.
Encouragement.
They don't know that the race already. They don't know that the race already, man.
They work hard, they know, man. They work hard, man. Every one of them should get it. I play my phone, I play my little bag, goes to bag.
Then you know, see them not get that. Or you know, see them not get it.
Them get it, that's all, boy. That's them should get it. Them deserve it, man.
Okay.
Encouragement, sweet labor, you know.
Yeah, them get to encouragement. If I see them get that encouragement, make them reach the still.
Yeah, but I say, them train hard.
No, man, me hear what you say, man. Me hear what you say.
Work for energy. Work for that, them go on with.
Yeah.
So we supposed to sit with you, them and say, watch out. But we can sponsor out, the man can sponsor enough youth and youth. Because them parents have support them too, you know. So them can support the youth themselves and the youth.
No, you have some youth in our KC team there. When I come from here, so you know, them get sponsored. That is something I want to talk about too, you know. I forgot to get a man who is not supposed to talk about that, you know. You have some youth where come from Africa there where them get bought by the KC people, them.
Boy, they can run, you know, man.
For run for KC, yeah.
And hard, man, them tough. They can't follow them. You know, them long race there.
Yeah.
So I say, with everything done, I look at my future, you know. All we have the future with them too. So we have to see them go right.
All right,
so I will parang that go on in that system and I face, you know.
That's true, man.
Because all I see, they come like some of them are gambling with youth and too, you know. Because the behavior in the season is really bad, you know. Really bad. Man, they need to butt up themselves and more time them come on radar and think that cheap excuse and we this and that and more time. Yeah, they need to do better than that, man. They need to treat you and proper. Give you encouragement more than that. Them see to them useful and you have a right to be here on earth as you just like all of it. You can't take away some of them right and give to the next. Them things because difficulty in our system. And them things we want to get rid of. Because honesty is the best of policies and everything, you know. Everything we do. The more we can honest, the more we have a better life, we have a better world, we have a better movement for people. People don't have to hide and push on and go on this one. That's the bad thing. Because what in our darkness have to power in our light, you know. So no matter man, you know, when I go on and see them do something, everything you do, someone see you. I know so that, yeah, wow, enough people not talk out. Because the system work, right? Because them not trust certain people when I system to cause all of them like a sellout.
So you really believe say everything was somebody see them?
Yeah, man. Someone see them. Everything. Yeah, man. Everything on earth someone do. Someone did that to them separately, but some people not talk.
And what if I think me do when nobody not see me still?
Well, you see yourself.
No, then you say somebody. You say somebody, you know me. Myself and not somebody.
Just like how the one said, I hope I think we do. But even myself, I know to what if I something we do, we shouldn't never do, you know. We chance even there, I say, you know, say, yeah, the guilt and them things go on. Even yourself, no matter who you are.
Okay,
you know, yeah. Because I see one burden, and we bring down burden for ourselves by the deeds, you know. Because no matter how rich or where poor, everyone has to answer to them deeds.
All right, sir.
And where you go, the deeds that we do. You see all these things with brother artists, them are fight about them are king on this food, this man who's king on. Every man a king in their own rights. For them to realize, organize and know to watch out. Some man have a different approach to things more than some man, you know, in our music system. Because some man, we have come out of them mouth, them they shouldn't come from radar or ear or nowhere. Them to keep them something there in them bedroom, man. You see it. And stop them with a filthy dance and want to come to king. King like that.
King can be filthy, king can be filthy too, you know. I know the king righteous, you know, king can be filthy too.
I know that, man. That's why I say that. Yeah.
So you have a filthy king now.
What's up? A whole party them send out there like, you know, we affect people and affect you themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Because you them take it up and I deal with it. Boy, see, you can be a man. Are you there? You know, some respect him on a level, you know. Because something where we hear some man do, the man mouth not stay away there.
The mouth not stay so?
No.
How the mouth to stay? How them feel them mouth stay?
The words them have come out of them mouth, man. They have come out of them breath, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a man I say, are you there? The king of all king, man.
Oh, I'm a king of kings now.
Yeah. within the tradition of the music.
You got far, become king of kings.
Yeah.
Lord of lords.
So, every man is, you know, for them own tune and for them own argument, kill themselves over honor. You have to work for honor. Honor yourself first. That means you do things with respect. That no one has to buy. Man, the mouth nasty, dirty.
Yeah, but there are some people who say the man mouth nasty and dirty, and they never say the man a king. Even though my talk nasty and dirty thing, them still say my king.
Yeah.
I know every king not talk. You have a whole king with the nastiness, you know.
Yeah, man, no for them, man.
So that don't mean say man no king. Man a king when a nasty king. That means say man no king.
Filthy. Yeah.
Anyway, we have to move here, though. You're there long, you know, though. You're there long. We have to move.
Yeah. So we have to tell the politicians them to behave themselves and not stop the whole party.
Them not stop, man. Them not stop. All right,
but
sir.
Them have get a beat, you know. All of them have get a beat, man.
All right, sir. We have to move. We have to move. Yes, Ian.
Good night, Muta.
Good night, sir.
So Muta slung in a chair and sleep. Lick me a 2 times. I for run out the car park. And I tell you, so them spiritual thing when you bring on, man. I tell them, man, highly educated. And you don't find nowhere in Jamaica educated people them way. Nowhere. So I have to run up for the car park and come back, man.
They don't have a thing to say that sleep.
I say, I sleep out for lick me because, too long come from the supermarket and 9 o'clock pick up some snack for listen to your program and boy, for six snack. Almost 2,000 and I sell later. I take up no meat, come in really food meat and a flour and chicken. I man with 2 picnic and a man, what should do come? I no parent, nah like, I the company pay feet. And I can't manage 2,000.
So you run go back to the car, and do what? Where you go back?
No, I run go back in the driveway, but run go for just get my body ready. I can kind of sit on me, I get too lazy and drop asleep.
Okay.
So, big up to Mandingo and my version last part. But Muta, quick thing now. From King Yellowman, no Crown, no DJ, you know I'm not king apart from King Yellowman. I am telling you that, Muta. Why King Yellowman don't Crown Beanerman or Cartel? Who are the king of DJ? From King Yellowman, no Crown, because if Andrew lose election now, don't Andrew make some speech and congratulate him opponent or him rival Muta?
Not necessarily. So what you are saying, Yellow Man are the king of dancehall?
Yellow Man are the king of dancehall, man. No
so who was
question.
Who was the king of dancehall before Yellow Man?
Are you right?
No, you ask me and me ask you.
You're right.
So you right never crown Yellow Man?
Well, I don't know them do it them time there.
Well, them at the same time, them do it, so them do it now and see a different
no, but
time.
them things evolve. Alright, Muta, some quick thing before time run out.
Yeah, it run
Muta,
out of 1 minute.
if you are a wanted man, run a gang, police them mention you, say you want and you're in a gang. Alright? I leave your house with your gun with 2 shots tonight. And your house have 150 ammunition. That makes sense to you, Muta? Make it be practical now.
If you have 2 bullets in your gun.
You leave your house with a 9mm in your car. Remember, you're a gang leader, so obviously the police will look for you. And bad man will look for you. And you have 2 shots in your gun. Plus a house, 150 round ammunition. How you explain that, Muta?
Well, you can't carry 150 with him go up on the road. So him can't carry another gun.
2 shots?
Well, if a 2
probably him gun hold 2 shots, probably 9mm.
I don't know what gun hold, but so what you say about that?
No, that look hard, Muta, man.
Look hard? That him have 2 shots in the gun?
And 150 round ammunition I am up.
Yeah, but him not go carry 150 ammunition and walk with.
But him I carry if the gun holding 14, him will load them gun.
Look, 14.
With 14, but I explain. Yeah, but say a policeman with one.
Maybe that gunman.
Alright, but not deserve to be a gang leader then. Not deserve to be a gang leader. So, and I say, I never say a police. If I say a police with a M16, him have a 9 inside. To them, I say 1. About 3 magazine plus an extension clip long like a man. Now,
so why you bring up that about the man will come out with 2 shots?
The one them shoot yesterday upon Melanin, but just find it, I don't know. But as
them shoot a gang leader with 2 shots in them gun.
Yeah, yesterday upon
and them go in yard and find 100 hard.
50 round ammunition.
50, okay. I hear that gunman that.
Hear that gunman. I hear you preach them daily so them believe the gun. Them allow the gun.
Yeah.
Good. But Muta, quick last thing. Let me know.
No, you have to take a break. We have to take a break. Take a break. Yes, yeah.
Yes, Muta.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they hear the Prime Minister this morning, but unfortunately, drop asleep in the talk about the FinSac report for one of them station there near the British High Commission. I'm not calling them, I call them. Now I get no free advertisement beside the High Commission and talk more things. But to show you how these guys are hypocrite and can make the people in Jamaica life better. And I mentioned the FinSac thing. When them coming up, was it all the Shah said publish a FinSac report was too expensive, and then Nigel Clark came back with the same thing, Muta?
No, but the Prime Minister, the FinSAC, before the Prime Minister, you know.
No, but if him, all right, Muta, if you're my competitor,
you don't have PJ
participants, but them should have disclosed what took place to the people since there was a new party that took over after PJ. Why them I keep that a secret? Is it because the two political parties benefit like Petrojam? No, it's me coming, Muta, and me supposed to I work for the people. And me find say there was some problem or some misappropriate our fund. I have to come and give a report for tell the people themselves, all right, since Muta came out of office, I discovered A, B, and C Muta, right? Why is it that them spend money for do the FinSAC all the time, whatever, but yes, still the Jamaican people can't get the report. And I use them brain pan people, but it's too expensive for report. That makes sense to you, Muta. All the shots said that.
Okay.
And then Nigel Clark took it up and said, to publish it again, it was too expensive. But now, them are talking about if PNP gets it at FinSAC too, I know the Prime Minister gave some rundown what took place. As I said, Muta, if you throw around 100 million years in front of me for vote for PNP, now Labour I will never. All right, finally. May I show them people are hypocritical bad. Paul will talk about JP is supposed to do some new contract, something like that, Muta.
Yeah.
Paul will complain to how the government do the recontract without for them opinion or they not having them by the table. Why would you want to have Powell by the table? That them make the deal with JPS to give them powers that them can't raise. Them pay every second to create hardship and gas, oil and water because electricity run everything Muta. So you see the level of hypocritical behavior of them people behave them have sense when them out of power about them in a power them nonsense. Why me want to fear with power? I say because obviously you never do nothing to make the Jamaica people like better because you give a man this free and this parade every second. When them read every second, how much of that we have pay for our bread Muta? $1 million.
They're not only that, they make people who are thief light. You have to pay for them who not thief now.
Thank you, Muta. And I come and behave like them as some messiah. Them because sit down now because them did I read Petrojam, the whole of them, and now them a come bout them want deal for dead. No, we need new idea now. Because I tell me, sir, we don't have a third party in the Muta. We just start, but anyway, a long life. 3 birds call me and say, I beg you, play one burning spear, Ethiopian ticket, lift it up.
Ethiopian what?
Ethiopian lift it up. One of them couldn't lift it up. White man come, because you know a black power say, long life again, Muta, big up shit.
All right, sir. Okay, so the man so must play a burning spear, live it up, live it out. A burning spear, live it out. And that the tune name, live it out. Take a break and come forward. Break time. Yes, Iel.
Iel, Muta.
Blessed man, how you doing, man?
Wagwan, cool. I just want to say condolences to the family of Leon Paul Fender, Jamaican sound system owner and operator in South London, Brixton, Battersea, who died yesterday at 10 minutes to 6 London time in the Lewisham General Hospital, University Hospital. You know, I was by his bedside, was my brethren with his brother Percy, niece Nadia, and Janet, and Dada, a brethren. You know, that is healing for some time.
We kill him.
And, well, he had some, like, various ailments, you know, heart and other problems and so. And he had a sound, well-known sound called Renegade, you know. Nickname was Herbie, you know, so it's him, Herbie, Renegade Sound from South London. You know, he used to go to school in Battersea, and he came here and he's a man well-known in Brixton, Battersea, South London. So, condolences to the family of Herbie Renegade who passed away. You know, I was by his bedside, and I was there the day before, you know, the good brethren, you know. So another, one of the best selector operators, man. When you hear him play music, man, It's just a joy, and I used to play with him at dances also, you know what I mean? And things. So just letting people know, you know. Yeah, and I want to say that I agree with the brother before when he said that showing the collusion between GLP and PNP, in GLP refusing to publish the FinStat report about its so-called too expensive, you know, it's collusion and what you and him were talking about with the parallelism with electricity, the GPS and that type of thing. Rip off the people, you know?
Yeah, man, them in collusion with the big guys.
In collusion, 6 or 1/2 a dozen of the other. Eh? You know? Yeah. We really need a Marcus Garvey Pan-Africanist Party in Jamaica, as we know. And by the way, there's going to be a Melanin conference this Saturday from 1:30 to 6:30 by Trinity Church, 90 Hartford Road, London, NW11, where the topic is what is melanin and why it is vital for your health and vitality and longevity and how you can nourish and protect it, you know. Yeah. And you have speakers like Leon Marshall, Emmanuel, Emavar, and Darren Pepper, you know. So I intend to be there and think the importance of melanin. And melanin is a subject that we have spoken about on many different occasions, you know what I mean?
I don't know what we not speak about.
What you say?
I don't know what we not speak about.
May I tell you?
Right now, we do some revision right now with some clips Ben Buchanan and all them man there.
Yes, Dr. Ben, the elder teacher man. Really, I remember years ago, about 1980 or so, when we bring him go in Trinidad and him speak at St. Augustine University there. Yeah. I must find that tape and send a copy to you so you can play it, man.
We bring him to Jamaica twice.
You bring him twice, yeah.
I refer, yeah, man, him not there in the studio with me, man.
Okay.
In the studio with me attack.
Yeah. It was about 1980, brought him to Trinidad where he spoke at the auditorium, St. Augustine, where, you know, I was the hosted it, you know, as the MC and thing. Dr. Ben, man. Great Pan-Africanist and thing. Yeah, and people here, especially who have the young children and so, you know, not feeling good about Keir Starmer wanting to send troops to Ukraine, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because the children, yes, because his children not going to Ukraine, and of course the Russians saying that they're not going to tolerate British and French troops in the Ukraine at all. And you can definitely see. And you know, even Trump don't want that at all. You know what I mean? You see?
Trump use up his mouth and frighten people, man.
Yeah, he might use frighten people who him can frighten. And what I think with the immigration thing that him coming, that people who coming into the USA now, customs take away your phone to examine what in your phone and what communication you have on your phone and what you do with your phone and that type of thing, you know.
That happening in America?
Yes. It has.
Really, everybody who are going to America, them take them phone and check it?
At the discretion, you say you're coming in as passenger.
A random check.
Right, exactly.
Oh, because it can't be everybody who are coming, man.
No, not everybody. But what happens is that with the random check, it's a lot of people this has happened to. And you don't know when it's going to be your turn.
No, it's a random thing, you're not going to know.
Precisely. But this is an invasion of people's privacy.
So what them do? What them take your phone with them do? Them carry you go into the room and do what?
Yes, them carry you into the room and ask you for, you know, your phone have a code, your thing, and to open it so that them can examine what you do with your phone, like who you communicate with, what messages you have, your personality, yes, and what you talk about and that type of thing. You know, people send information to
in the airport, they might check that.
About.
In the airport, they might check that.
Yes, at the airport. So what some people say that they're going to do, they're going to leave the phone at home and travel with what they call a travel phone where they have no. Yes.
Which airport am I do that in now?
No. Well, it's applicable to all of the airports coming into the States. All of the airports.
That's so now weird to me, though.
Yes.
That's so now weird. Take away your phone and not search it.
Well, Trump is more than so now it's Trump's policies then, you know what I mean?
So how we not see that in the news? How we not see that in the news?
Well,
most of the time when Trump do them, when Trump do madness, you always see it in the news, you know. Because you know, but them not ease him up anything him say. Or how him look, just how him feel, how him think. Anything them always put in the news.
Well, this is the report. Well, you know, this is the news thing that I have been made aware of recently. So you can check further on.
All right, check. All right, what am I look for? When I check it, what am I look for? Check.
Random phone checks by immigration at U.S. airports.
You know about news people where do it.
No, I don't remember off the top of the head. But if you put in random phone checks by immigration, customs at U.S. airports, that should lead you on to things about that, you know?
Yeah. All right. Last week, a Virgin called me after your talk about coffee. Him say our wait name they did up with her say that is why she never done the album with them. Him say it's up there.
No. Okay, I hear what you say. No, what it is. What she has a record label called Promised Land. But Promised Land, her record label, had a distribution deal with RCA. But RCA chose not to renew the distribution deal because the sales that they were expecting from her music and thing wasn't what they wanted or expected, the volume and thing. That is what it is.
Okay.
So it's a distribution deal by RCA. That RCA refused to continue it, you know, they dropped that, you know, and thing. But
I think it says too, she do an album. She do an album there with Wolipa White. No, I think it does say she do an album where them never accept. And then you start to talk about the musicians them.
That them drop her from that in terms of the distribution deal, because I say she's with Promised Land Records, who did get that distribution deal with RCA, but RCA are the ones who dropped that deal. You know, it's not Promised Land Records as if they say we don't want RCA to distribute anymore of coffee stuff, you know. It's RCA who made that decision.
So all the white people think it coming out music, all that it coming out?
No, well, Promised Land Records is owned by is a European guy named...
yeah, but all of the artists them depend label where European depend. All me depend European white people label. So, I don't understand.
No,
the label me depend Shana K. Shana K is white people own Shana K.
Yeah, Shana K just like Heartbeat Records and things.
Heartbeat people are white people too.
Yes, I know that. Chris Wilson, that used to distribute had some licensing deal with some studio and records. And
yeah, but when I say all the white people with what you know did come in the music, white people music, they come in with the coffee. And that you not talk about.
No, I'm saying that come in. You know, we have our own record labels and that type of thing. But some of our artists in their career have deals with European labels and that type of thing. You see? Just like how we have my Mandingo record label as African then. But you have Europeans after them own label, and sometimes them do deals with our African people from Jamaica. We know that and that type of thing. And one of the things that has happened over the years, which I know of personally, as a veteran in the music field, is that a lot of times the kind of music that the European record companies want the Jamaican artists them to do then is watered down or diluted in a way that it do have the punch and vigor like what brought them to the attention.
Yeah, well, that's a long time thing, you know. That don't know with no man, a long time thing that. At the punch them want of the music, you know, that them a crave for. That's why them not accept the dancehall music, because them a say, well, them didn't know when them start. And where Jamaican a producer now. So them want the punch.
A lot of nonsense has been produced, but there's also some good new music that has been produced. So which you hear me mention albums by Upton, Lindo, and other people, and so on. Novelty and other people on the radio shows. We have played good albums. So we still have good reggae albums and things which are out there produced by our own people. You understand?
By the same people them we are talking about who want the punch. Them want the punch now, them white people there. When you go to Europe and see 100,000 people stand up in front of you, and majority are white people. It's certain
well, it would be the majority because the majority of people in Europe.
But when I say it's burning spear and the people them who you think say them not listen to, that them I listen to. I know them youth and them I listen to now because them say no punch no night. Most of the festival them in Europe. And the old time artists them depend it. I know they know them artists are depend.
No, but I know that in the majority of cases is the artists from the 70s and that type of thing.
Yeah, the punch, one of them have the punch.
Yes, you know. But you have a few of the younger artists them who are attracting a growing attention
of course.
By people at the music thing, and that is why I mentioned artists who I play who making current good reggae music and that type of thing. That's why I mentioned that, you know. So it's an ongoing process because we continue producing new and good reggae music, which is still being done. Yeah,
no, when I say Mandingo, the white people me talk about no, you know. The white people them who you say don't want the punch in the music and them somewhere. And that them want in the music because that last in the music now. And that them want in the music. That is why the festival full of pure punch.
There's a distinction between those who attend the festivals in Europe there where you talk about.
And
I'm talking about some of the record companies that tried to, in the past, dilute the music. Some of them.
But that's what I say, that's a long time something. I don't know. That's a long time something. Man. You're living at the past, man. Them never want them. Them people want the punch. Them want the punch tonight.
No, I disagree with you upon that. And what I'll do in future is that I'll make a list of kind of recent type of thing to illustrate the point.
Where them say them no want here, where the white people them want produce, distribute to them no want that?
Me talk the actual Not are the actual companies, as opposed to those who...
Yeah, but I know because the punch, man.
The festival.
Yeah, but I know because the producer, the distributors, me attack, you know. I know they because them know why hear the punching of the music, why them not take the music. Because that them want hear. And that me I say, the white record company them know where distribute music. Is the punch them want of the music?
The current ones them.
No.
That's what you are saying.
No, I talk about record companies on a whole now.
Yes, of course, a record company.
Where white people control.
Yeah.
Where white people control. Them want to hear the same punch like where Burning Spear used to get, and the same punch like where Abyssinians and them kind of punch them want. I don't like first time. First time, yeah, them don't want that. But now, them realize that this is what is make the music. So them realize...
you know what you say? You say, no, them realize that is what is needed.
Them want it now.
No. So that precisely shows the point of when I said that there was a time when they never want that kind of...
But me never disagree.
In your own words a while ago, you say, no, them realize.
Yeah, but me never disagree with that. But me never disagree with what you say. Me never disagree with what you say, no. Me say first time them ever want... No, me never disagree with what you say. First time them never want to hear that in the music. But now it's a different thing.
Right. Because
even me go through that. Yeah, but me go through that. Me go through that, you know. I go through that with some record company don't want to take me through because them say me a racist and them something. I go through that.
Yes, yes.
But them not say that. Them want the way the distribution not say that now.
Just like how them used to want cut out the Jamaican musicians traveling to back the actual artists when it's them make the music with the artists then.
Yeah, because them say
and
you used to say,
you used to refute you like me against the fact that the Jamaican musicians who make the music with the artists being denied to tour with the artists them and never rate the artists them who abandon them Jamaican musicians there.
White people play the music.
Play instead.
Yeah, them make white people play the music on stage.
Yes, and box the food out of the mouth of the Jamaican musicians who actually made the actual music and that type of thing. Because we are aware of that situation for some years.
Yeah, well, you're a man tell me now. A man say, Muta, watch you now. If a man want him on the show and him can't afford to send the band from the band for video car, and him a provide him with a band, him a go sing with the band. And that's what I'm saying.
Well, you have some artists who are like that. You and I know that and thing. But you have some artists who hold to the thing and say, no, my band has to come with me.
Yeah.
So those are the artists who I support, the ones them who don't sell out them fellow Jamaican musicians and things. So me applaud and support those ones. Straight up.
Yeah.
You know? And not the ones them who just business with themselves and dash overboard. The very Jamaican musicians who make the music that hit. Why them can get jobs abroad and that type of thing. Because you know hear the European artists saying when they tour the world, I say no, I'm not gonna travel with my band. You know, I'll get the bands, the musicians in the countries where we're going to play and back for us. No, them not do that. Them stay and travel with them own bands where them have, whether it's from England, States or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Find money to send to them.
Yes, exactly. You know, so we respect those who stand on that principle because we have to stand strong because it's together we rise or together we fall. And self-reliance, we have to stick together so that we move together as a people, together, you know, in all areas of life. You know what I mean? For real.
We're going to move, you know. We're going to move.
Yes. All right, so everything is everything. Blessed
Yeah, man, we are
Lord.
going through,
Marcus,
man.
the party we want in Jamaica. That's what
They not come start it, man.
Yeah, but all right, no wrong. Me never stop on that mission.
A long time I don't see you down here, you know. A long time I don't see you.
It's an ongoing thing, Muta. I'm not stop, and I will continue, and I'll keep you posted where that is concerned, because it is needed. PNP and GLP is no solution for Jamaica, for Africans in Jamaica. We need a Marcus Garvey Pan-Africanist Party. Straight.
All right,
and Jamaica must become an African republic. Every time. And that's where the Privy Council. Every time. Mandingo says so.
All right.
In 1850, one of America's history's worst laws was passed, the Fugitive Slave Act. What can be described as one of the darkest days in America's history.
All right, we have to stop this because the time ago. And this is kind of a little longer than the time we have. Well, we have the time to play it, but we add them and people are called. We don't want to cut it up and add them something, you understand? So you have to see it. Well, you can't see it because you don't know where you're going to listen to anyway. You don't know where you're going to listen to anyway. So, you know, and next call up on the line, no? No call up on the line, no? So I could find something to play then. A long time, you know, Congo Billy, we see Congo Billy, Congo Billy, you're one of the best, you know, in a way I do, believe you me. Yeah, man, the man can play percussion rasta. One call, eh? Hello? Yeah.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
I tell you, man, I hope in this line, me dip on the line, you know, man. Yes.
So everybody's get you and you don't get you.
I just don't know. I want to tell you, say, I have to big up the telephone operator, them, you know, because she just called me back and I tell me, say, somebody was in the queue before me, about 3 to 4 somebody, so. We just have to go and brace, you know.
Okay, sir. All right.
So she just turned me on, I know, when I tell me I want there, if I sleep, yeah, I sleep too, you know.
Oh, me, they never hear me talk to people. You never hear me talk to people.
Yeah, me hear you, but the thing on my phone call, yeah, sleep on. Me hear you talk.
We don't know who call me, what you we don't know who call me when they call me.
Let me tell you the truth, you know. You know, it's several times you try to reach you, and I hold the line to tell all the program done. And my call no answer, brother. Anyhow, all right, when you call answer, you know I not say nothing. But me I say something very really relevant. All and right, yes, God, yeah, man, Mr. Tell you what go on. All right. Boy, there are so many things to talk about. Some of them I not even remember what me I go say. You trust me. Yeah, man. You recognize how the people them are go around and paint up the place in agreeing with some fake paint, Muta fi win the confidence of the people them again. You see anytime that fake paint, the rubber Muta.
When the fake paint rubber.
Whosoever live receive. We don't know yet, but whosoever live receive, because I see some theocratic government going in a Guana, you know, where I be a dictatorship, and then a whole heap of sitting me off here chop up in a motor, because I hear the Prime Minister come out the other day, come offer the people they want like $1,000 per $15,000. He come in like I see I ungo me and Brian we work on RFM here. Trust me, you know, you know.
You me talk about it.
I don't think nobody satisfied with
Yo, you never hear me talk about it.
Eh?
You never hear me talk about it.
And somebody tell you to, because sometimes I say,
somebody must tell me. Somebody tell me.
You know
everything here. I know everything me know here.
Follow local news.
Yeah, me never follow local news at the time.
Me hear you, man. Me hear you.
Then me no hear it. That means me hear it.
But me no hear you. Me no. It come in right now, but yes, no hear me, no hear nobody talk about him out, and then if I ask the whole Jamaica right now, if they're satisfied with it, me not think nobody are going to put up their hand, you know. And me no hear nobody. After these people take, when they call for themselves maximum wage workers, Yes, the maximum wage workers, man, them take 250% for themselves, and I give people $1,000 out of it. Muta.
I hear you, man.
And when you break it down, you see when you break it down, Muta, you know what cost this. You know what cost this.
Wow.
Simple meaning to say certain class of people, you know. The thing is so unbalanced. You know, I want it where they call Caesar.
Yeah.
One end of the Caesar up in the air and one end down a ground. I saw that system I said because you know the reason for that? Them claims say the public sector worker them not getting enough money to pay the minimum wage worker them, so them have to just satisfy with any little thing.
Yeah.
Man, I tell them out really sad. Really sad. Because I don't know what $16,000 can do in this time. You have to make the best use of it still, you know. But if I want to work all week, you have to travel, you have to pick me if you go to school, traveling to where some people are working, you know, traveling expenses alone. Can't do. All right.
Something wrong with your phone. Something wrong with your phone.
So, yeah, all right. Yeah, hear me do.
Little bit, it's a corner come.
Yeah, man, I really happy for that now. You hear about one married and shoot in a St. Mary, one big businessman, them Muta.
I want to him. Them not dead.
Yes, me ask you if you hear about it.
I hear a little about I don't know what is the circumstances, but you
all
tell
right.
me.
I want you to keep your eye on it, because I want to see if them are going to hold nobody for that shooting there. We have to in the ear, to the mystic, we have blow through the ear. Me I go listen, keep your eye on it, check it out if them are going to hold somebody for that shooting there.
What you think? You think them are going to hold nobody?
To a mystic, we have blow through the area, brother. Remember me tell us, say, as me say, make we keep your eye on you and see if them are going to hold somebody.
No, but me ask what you think. You think them are going to hold somebody?
I don't know if you say yes or no, no Muta.
Okay,
but as me say, I keep my eye on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Right. And then the next thing again, Muta, where the purpose of rehabilitation center for?
To rehabilitate you.
All right.
Make you
come back in the society better. Life to go rehabilitate them again.
But nobody what?
Them not carry nobody life. The police them not carry nobody life to go rehabilitate them again.
Oh, you mean, well, them say, you're the prime minister say, you have to go meet your maker.
Well, listen to me, Muta. You answer a question before me even ask you. You say it before me even ask you. Because if a man really listen to the will come out of that man, them out, and the Minister of National Security, them only left to tell the man, them say, kill them.
Well, if a man would have got in front of you,
no.
You have to go prepare for it.
Hold on. Yeah. Is it from there? From there. Every man, the man them kill and say them find gun pan them. They now wish madman them there. As me say, no, any man see a policeman or raise a firearm at a policeman in cup, run over in time come. So people don't know that.
So you know, if you say the man them a shoot after the police them.
I know all of them Muta. Not that them. All right. You know what? So we have to chop up everything. I don't know if you hear last speech where the the camera where these people supposed to carry upon them.
Body camera.
I don't know if you hear them at all about the camera. But me must about the camera, you know, because me I wonder if they get them camera free or it cost money, you know. After they have them camera so long and people I say police to read them, the commissioner come out the other day and say nobody can bully him to make police read camera because they don't have sufficient money to prepare the data to store the data of the camera them. So what's the purpose of them?
I don't know.
Where you have them for? When they then get them free and then cost money.
A madness.
But them are going to spend money for so much something when I know use.
A madness, man. Every place the camera they're supposed to can have what it necessary for store the way that camera. It's like a phone.
It's expensive
No, but your cell phone, they don't buy cell phone, really. People buy cell phone and it store all the information in there. No?
Definitely, because I tell you, I do say that, you see, if you have a cell phone and then cell phone in your hand, Muta coming like you have the whole world in your hand.
Yeah, it's store information.
When I them cell phone they coming like you have the whole world in your hand.
And when you carry it in the core, them the people.
You have to think critical, Muta.
Wait no, man. When the phone full up, you have a database where you go at that station or the headquarters and download it on a database, on a hard drive, and you keep it there as evidence or whatsoever.
Yes, store it.
Yeah.
Yes, so I don't understand when these people, they must listen to them people when them attack, People feel listen to them people when them attack, Be a careful listener. Analyze things for yourself and think critical. You hear me say?
All right, sir.
Yeah, man, don't take them argument for it. And I want you play. Me don't know if you're old army or you're young army to know this music. But yeah, man, we have one music where we used to say the two of them, Lord, them are wicked. Me not call no name, but me back no brag. For me back no brag, but them are wicked.
No, who sing it? Hold on, man. Who sing the song? Who sing it?
After me a youth, me I hear that tune there.
What the song name? What name? What name? Where the song? What the man that is Rasta?
I cannot even find it today,
May I ask what the song name?
It's song I don't know, but the
you don't know the name. I don't know who sing it. You want me know?
Them Lord are wicked. Me not call no name for me back no brother.
Me don't know what you're talking about. Me don't know the song what you're talking about. Because
you know about it. Or you're young army then.
No, I know that. You're not telling me the name of the song and you're not telling me who sing it.
Let me show when me from me youth, me not hear that song. I get from me youth, me I hear that song.
Well, you're not going to hear it tonight because you're not telling me what name.
It's in a library there. Somebody I go find it because I know somebody I somebody song.
All right, well, maybe somebody will call and tell me what name. Somebody will call me and tell me what name. All right?
Yeah, man. So you walk one before you run. You walk one. Before you run. You see if you don't find a song there?
Yeah.
Now here Congo have one song there where you must say, make them fight it, Lord, make them fight it, that them organize it, let them drop them struck sleep.
Come on, tell me the name of the song.
Now we are Congo, man. Him have a song.
Now we are? Now we Congo. No, who name now we Congo? I know now we Congo.
But Muta, yeah. One virgin, let's see, one music that I don't remember if a Portland or one of them, yeah.
And now we Congo, you talk about, man, but tell me the name of the song.
The name, let them fight. I know the words of some of the words of the song, but I don't know the topic of the song. But the song say, let them fight it.
Hey, man, go back to your bed and wake up and remember the song, man. Look here, go back to your bed and remember the name of the song and call me back, yeah?
All right, so thanks, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Blessed man.
Yes, Muta, blessed. No more ask you. And you forgot to ask Mandingo why is it England have two citizenship.
Oh. You tell me must ask him?
Yeah, you know, remember, I said on the cutting edge, I think once the same time when he was, I think before he was talking about the Constitution.
I saw about all this?
Yeah, yes, Muta.
Oh, you don't want?
Yeah, man, blessed, give thanks to Rastafari's life, you know.
Why you just disappear so after the scene, man?
No, me not disappear. Watch this. There's a meaning that all of us have at a time when we have to take in within ourselves and going at heights. Some people call it a meditation. So it's that, you know.
Okay, all right.
Because Carl say something really quick. At the quickest that I ever call the cutting edge and talk. All right. So more whenever. Me know Mandingo listen right now in England, no Mandingo. You need to call Mutabaruka and tell him why is it England have two citizenship? The youth them of Jamaica and the world want to know that.
So you know?
Me don't know. That's why I want Mandingo know, because Mandingo is a man of a lot of education on certain things, especially to him it's a British. All right, that is one. The other thing I want to say, Muta. Well, regular when you and many other Jamaicans driving around Jamaica in the country area. We always pass a lot of woodland. I tell you about acres of land that's empty, pure wild tree upon them. All right, I said that to get to my point. My point is this: at a period of Jamaica time history, it's in history. I think it was in either the 50s, the 60s or the 70s. Jamaica was the number one or in the top 5 country in the world that have the biggest exportation in banana. I remember when they used to have the banana boat where the world exportation. Yeah. So my point is this: if all these political people have any interest in their nations and in the development of the economy of Jamaica, why one of these parties can look into the history of Jamaica that they have the number one or in the top 5 of the biggest exportation in banana in the world, and look what Jamaicans have that to the world. Why them can't start some development? We see the farmer them all the while on TV. I say them foods them are rotten and them can't get no market for it, but yet still the people them who are around the country, Muta, them import every single thing that hard to grow a foreign, but easy to grow Jamaica, because Jamaica sunlight is 24/7 right through the year. We have sunlight 365 days of the year. And me just close it off with this. Muta, can you please pay the Mutabaruka and the Jimmy Cliff name, treat the youths right? And want you play a Mutabaruka. You remember that Mutabaruka song you do with something Mangley? She's Michael Mangley's daughter.
That's the name.
Yeah, more you play that song and see if you can find a Sabbath song near you. Yes,
how much thing you want to play after the program soon done?
Alright, listen, play the Jimmy Cliff the first time you ask for treat the youth right. If you can find the Edna Mangley tune with Michael Mangley's daughter with you and her.
Della's the name, Della Mangley.
Della Mangley. Yeah, play that Della Mangley. Long time in a year you play.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah.
Real man. King James are you know?
Yeah, I know how you, man. We have to talk quick, though. It's going on a long time.
So, no rain now fall in the area?
No rain now fall, you know.
A long time in the car, 2 million, you used to walk one if we cool or attack, you know?
Yeah, well, it's that, you know.
So, yeah, what kind of fruit tree you have on the property there? You have a soursop tree? Eh?
You have soursop tree?
On the property. You have soursop tree there?
No, well, we did have one, but it not beer. Why you can't fast when I'm not your yard?
No, man, I want to tell you, say more, you use soursop and just broke off and limb and stop your foot, you know?
Stop my foot for what?
You never stop your foot there with the soursop leaf.
For what? When I stop my foot with soursop leaf for?
It's good for you, man, because you walk barefoot, you know?
For what? What you going to do? What you going to do to my foot?
It's your nerves. It's good for your nerves. That means you're strong, you know?
Oh, so where's my weak now? My weak now.
And then now, you use the flour. After you use the stopping, you use the raw flour over your foot bottom, you know?
So my weak, you know?
I said, you're weak a long time, you walk barefoot, come in more, you use the soursop leaf and stop your foot bottom, you know? And then
so wait there, hold on there. My weak?
A long time, I've been really weak.
So true, my walk barefoot, my weak. So true, my walk barefoot, my weak.
No, really, say a week, see what more, I don't want to do, still come one here on the ready every time, you know?
Yeah, but why you attack my foot, man? My face out the door too, you know, my face out the door.
No, but your foot more, you know, I root this, I tree, you know, man, I tree, you know, you have to take a root.
Anyway, thank you for have concern still, but
if you use it, make sure you use the flour after you use it. So
Who you know do it?
Me do it too, man.
You do it with soursop leaf and flour?
After you use the soursop leaf, you use the raw flour and rub on your foot bottom.
You do it already.
And it make me feel strong, man.
It make you feel strong?
Yeah.
But you know what, barefoot?
Yeah, but, you know, certain things, you know.
Certain things, you know what? What is this man, man? Certain things, you know what?
Man, can be different from my body, different from fear, you know, so me have to use it all the while, you know.
Yeah, but why you tell me must go use it? No, me never use it yet.
You never stop a foot with soursop leaf yet?
No, me older than you. Me much older than you.
Okay, All right, Muta. But make sure if you use it more, you use the flour.
How old is?
Good Friday, me at 57.
Yeah, 57.
18 April.
57.
57.
Yeah, me could have been your father, man.
But Muta, you
Yes,
hear me
sir.
say?
And that you call me for, man.
Yeah, I talk about me, I tell me, I talk to you about something now. The Bible, you see? In the Bible, me say, me born 68. In the Bible say, when the Bible say,
1,000 years.
no, man, let Jah rise and let Israel scatter. And when the Bible again say, in Genesis say, let there be light. You understand?
Yeah.
So I come back as a light, because when the light, at the whole heap of light, the Lord want my Bible, he want the man who born with the light, because I say, I little as a royalty, and Jesus a royalty, you know. So I come back as a natural man, more what Selassie and Jesus, because he light come back, you understand?
All right, sir.
Enough people there like me, we are natural people on the earth, you understand?
Yeah, you need some soursop leaf.
Eh?
You need to wash your hand with some soursop leaf, man.
Yeah, me use all my hands too, you know, too. All my hands me use wash my hands too.
Wash your whole body with the soursop leaf.
You hear what me I say?
67 years, you can ask your wife to wash your with the soursop leaf.
Eh?
Ask your wife to wash you with soursop leaf.
All right, sir. But
All right.
What me I say? You see, if I want to know Jesus soon dead in a Muta.
True.
Because
I'm gonna do soursop.
is a black heart woman called Jesus dead, you know.
Me gone. Oh, them now, them now, them over there.
Muta, sometime I hear what the man them a say.
No matter get me out. No matter.
Hey.
No matter who waste my time, Rasta. No matter who waste my time, man. No matter who waste my time, Rasta. Sure. Both soursop leave. But if I waste my time. Sure. Yeah.
Greetings, Muta, in the name of the King Emperor Selassie I. You don't know, all of that's curse. Big up yourself, Shane, Crow, all Irie, everyone. Jamaica, want to talk about our situation as a people. Muta, discussion of the matter. The $3 trillion, that's the most important thing why man call for reason they have, you know. I want them give us some confirmation on the $3 trillion, because like I said when I break it down the last time, every Jamaican forget $225,000. That is what the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance owe to every individual in Jamaica.
You know to them now how give it though. You know to them now how give that though, don't it?
No, it's not say what them are going to do in the Muta. It's where we are discuss. You see me I say, so we have to make them know so we know what we want.
Okay, so it's not that you want the money, just that you want them know so them have them owe it. That's what you say.
Yeah, because of the fact say they might do these things like they might give a raise a pay or whatever, less income tax, take out. Just give everybody the $225,000 with them owe right now. And Jamaica economy have a boost up and everything are nice. As far as the governance of the country, the infrastructure is in tatters. This is the whole emphasis of government, you know. The Jamaica Labour Party want to win for that third term. They have to show some significant resolve in them method towards the government conditioning of the infrastructure then, importantly, the medical situation. It is so atrocious that the people, they know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They have to remedy that.
All right,
Prime Minister Dr. Holness, Miss Williams, Minister of Finance, Sachong. Them three people are responsible right now for all the things we are going in Jamaica. And them to step up to the plate. We not give them no buy. We not make them go through the gate without them pay the expense. And the expense is them want leadership. Them want to claim say them in charge of this
whole society in Jamaica. So my view is, really the matter at hand, the people them to come out and show a significant amount of protest. You have a thing with them called protest, under the Constitution, right to redress, So we want to see that. And significantly, we give them till this month, April, to legalize the marijuana. Rastafari have a significant element of economics in the country in terms of possession, not in terms of maybe. So
if them not do it by the end of this month, where you go do?
No, it's not where I go do Muta. So the people are going to do if the government don't do what they're supposed to do.
By the end of this month. By the end of the month.
If the government don't make a significant change with them make by a certain time, then the people just know, say, when the time comes, we get some new people in there. Because that is where we get the right to do. You know what I mean? I want to tell Mr. Blake, say, him doing a good job.
Only Mr.
But
Blake.
the members then to step up in a more appropriate way.
Only Mr. Blake.
Mr. Blake in name?
I don't know why you are Blake. I don't know how you are.
Kevin Blake, head of security, same name?
Commissioner of Police.
Commissioner of the Police. Commissioner.
Dr. Kevin Blake.
Yeah. I mean, we did a good job, and the youth them to realize, say, the banner of Rastafari is not about going out there and doing some craziness with no weapon because you're a man of a personal conflict. The banner of Rastafari is love, so love each other one to another. But Dr. Kevin Blake, as I could say, you're doing a good job in terms of trying to control the crime situation. But the rank and file have to change them whole concept of dealing with the people. You have to deal with the people on a more orderly basis, and though it's like them saying, no true, you have the paper, you have to throw it in people them eye. You know what I mean? So we want them things to kind of come about in a more orderly fashion. Like me say, big up yourself, Muta, car.
All right.
You're there on it. So I say, much love, more life, more strength. Respect.
Blessed man, blessed. Dubstep. Remember that day, several years ago, dubstep started to become the big thing, and it just faded away. Not to be heard of anymore. That's why we have the music. Music come and music go, don't it? Anyway, here we go. So tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, a little more from this, we'll be live at the National Arena. IRFM will be there, and Stepping Razor will be broadcasting from the arena from 2 to 6. We'll be there. So, yeah.